Welcome back to a more normal The Mouse and Men episode. I am Bradley. I'm here with my co-caster, Chris. Chris, I hope you survived the holidays. Happy New Year.
Well, I think I'm surviving. It's slowly but surely coming back to normal, but with kids and dogs running everywhere and Christmas decorations coming down, it's a wild day here at the Murphy household, but one that we're surviving and enjoying because everybody's here.
Yeah, well, and with the holidays, a lot of people taking vacations, maybe going down to Walt Disney World. The Newswire is not slowing down, and we even missed November. So we've got 2 months of headlines to squeeze into today's episode of The Mouse and Men. So let's get started. We'll kind of start. Let's start with the older ones, and Chris, we'll be jumping around on our list, but
yeah.
Something that I'm really bummed about. Hate to start off with bad news, but Turner and Hooch is not being brought back for season 2. I loved it. My wife loved it. If you are a fan of the original movie, which Chris, I know you and your family are, go back and watch this series. It's great. It's got Josh Peck playing Scott Turner's son, named Scott Turner. So it's a really fun take on some new stories. I really love the storyline. There's some unresolved things that I'm like, oh, no season 2 to resolve those. But if you've got some time to go back and watch it. Who knows? Maybe if they get enough views in the near future, they'll change their mind and decide to bring it back. I don't know.
I was going to say, I mean, the fact that we're putting it out here now, I mean, definitely puts a bug in my ear to try to watch it, to try to catch up, especially in this time, because there have been series that come back once they have been announced to be canceled, but then the fans come back and they say, no, let's have this. So I need to jump on it as well. I love the Turner and Hooch movie so much. And that was one of those that we were trying to get around to with all the new things that are coming out. I wonder how series like that, with all the new stuff that they're constantly pushing out, how they stay above board. Because I've heard there are a few of the streaming services that have now began canceling things that just a few months ago, like Disney Plus, are kind of under that, like, no, we're pushing forward everything full speed ahead. So it's sad to see casualty like that.
It is, I don't know. It's one of those things. Yeah. I feel like there wasn't a whole lot of marketing put behind it. I mean, I saw it for a little bit and then I watched it. I feel like there are things that I watched a while ago, like WandaVision. I mean, I've watched it twice and they're still advertising it there. Turner and Hooch, not so much. But we'll hopefully something, at least tell us what happens. Just give us a press release.
Like a recap episode or something, if nothing more.
Right. In park news, we got a lot of park news as well. Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. It's going to be opening, as far as we know, this summer in Epcot. I'm excited. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. I've talked at length on here about how much I love all the Marvel movies. I finished Hawkeye. Oh, so good.
Nice.
Ready for all the Marvel stuff coming down the pike. It's all fantastic. So really excited about Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind hitting the parks.
Oh, yeah. And the fact that now, I mean, we just went from just a few years ago having nothing Guardians of the Galaxy. I didn't even know what Guardians of the Galaxy was until the movies came out, because I didn't read the comics. And then I was such a fan of the Guardians of the Galaxy. And within a couple of years, now we have 2 different rides. Go to Disneyland and ride the old Hollywood Tower of Terror, and then do Cosmic Rewind. I love that they are putting this kind of IP into a place like Epcot even. And I know that may be controversial to some of our traditionalists when it comes to what Epcot is. But I think that this provides more interest for people that are fans of the Marvel movies and want to experience Epcot from more of an entertainment place versus a learning destination. So I'm excited when
Yeah.
they find an IP or find a brand or find, something like Guardians of the Galaxy that makes sense to put in Epcot and to move that story forward. So I'm pumped. Summer 2022, let's do it.
Yeah. And I love the diversification of the different parks because
Yeah.
for a long time, the Magic Kingdom and Disneyland they were trying to make them not carbon copies, but very similar. Magic Kingdom was Disneyland 2.0, but now, Guardians of the Galaxy get two different things due to Marvel contracts with Disney and Universal. Universal has rights to characters in east of the Mississippi. Disney has rights west of the Mississippi.
That's so wild to me.
It's all very confusing, but it gives you two different experiences, and I love that. So it from a Disney's perspective, you're creating two different things, and so people want to see both of them. In sticking with Epcot, the Flower and Garden Festival 2022 dates have been announced March 2nd through July 4th. This is a fantastic time to go down as adults. Flower and Garden Festival, it's got cool food. I mean, there's the Food and Wine Festival in the fall as well, but Flower and Garden also has special things. Epcot has all these different festivals, and each one gets special offerings. This is generally when my wife and I have gone down our honeymoon was in March. We've been down for her birthday in early May. We generally like to go at that time because it's not insanely hot, and we can kind of dodge some of the spring break and early school summer crowds, dodge all those. So yeah, if you like to eat, get down to Flower and Garden Festival, and then go back for Food and Wine as
Food and
well.
Wine, yeah,
a few months
absolutely.
later.
See, and that's one of the things about Epcot with the traditionalists that I'm a big fan of. I love that Epcot has this special, unique way that they can do things like Flower and Garden and the Food and Wine festivals. I think it's amazing that these things keep coming back year after year, because this allows you to have something brand new in an experience of an annual festival. So I love how much time and effort and the beauty that goes into all of this. It's amazing to see. I don't know that I've actually been to the Food and Wine Festival, but I've certainly been to the Flower and Garden Festival. And I just love it. I love the beauty of it all. I love the displays. And again, this is more the adult in me, more the big kid grown up, because my kids don't quite appreciate it, but I didn't when I was their age. And so it's certainly something that for us adults that you can go and really enjoy year after year, these new experiences that Disney offers.
Yeah. So go try it. Speaking of trying things, returning in February are select tours around Walt Disney World. So this includes the Keys to the Kingdom, which is at the top of my list. I would love to do some of these special tours, backstage tours, and knowing that they're coming back in February is great for maybe next time I go down, or at least knowing they haven't given up on those tours over the pandemic.
Yeah, I know. Just a couple of months ago, or a couple of weeks ago, really, when we did How the Rich Enjoy Disney, that episode of like what we would do if we had all the money in the world. One of the top on our list were to experience some of these tours, these behind the scenes things that I've not been able to take advantage of up to this point, but I hear such amazing things about. So the fact that they're now coming back in a post-pandemic world, it's nice to know that now I can possibly enjoy some of those things that I have always had on my wish list.
Yeah. My grown-up wish list at the very top, Disney tours. This is in the parks and at home. The dates, the schedule for the Run Disney events for a year from now, end of 2022 into 2023, has been released. So you can go to the Run Disney website and check out all that. They got marathons, half marathons, 5Ks, Virtual 5Ks. I've done some of those. You can do a summer series where you do 3 races, 3 runs basically. And it's just kind of on the honor system. The races on property are not just on the honor system. You actually line up and run those with.
You mean I can't just phone it in, just stay in my Disney hotel and say that I ran the race?
I mean, you could. I don't think you get to pick up the medal at the end.
Man.
But I'm gonna have to go check out that schedule just to see what's going on. I haven't run in quite a while. I've just moved to other activities a little easier on the joints, on the knees, but excited to see what those events are, and to see if any of them are, pique my interest enough to pull me out of semi-retirement from running.
Well, knowing that the marathon at Disney is only, what is it? It's about a week away from the time that this episode releases. It's a good time for them to release the new dates so that all the people going down to Disney for the marathon in just a few days can go ahead and put down their reservations for next year going back. So that makes sense that they would be releasing it about right now. I love that they have these events. I love that Disney, again, they don't just look at themselves as just a movie destination or just Disney Plus or just an entertainment facility with the parks that we've all loved to enjoy. They try things over years as we've watched Disney and several of the things that they've done over the years with all of the different park perks that they offer, or the Disney Institute where you can go and learn more about certain things that they've had in the past. Just the idea that Disney can be part of our life in all different areas. I love that they do run Disney. It's such a cool community to be a part of.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily have to include, you don't have to be a fan of Mickey Mouse or the Disney parks kind of thing. If you're just an athlete that loves running, there is a way in through the Disney community to enjoy that too. So I really think that Disney is special when it comes to this, because they, for lack of a better word, they think of everything.
Yeah, they really do. Stand in line at any of their attractions, and they have thought of everything. Speaking of attractions, art has been released for the Princess and the Frog. Some early art. The renovations of Splash Mountain will be happening and are moving forward. So very excited about this. I love this idea. I mean, I grew up with those Uncle Remus stories, but I also really love this Princess and the Frog story, and especially the music. The music's fantastic. So I'm excited to see that presence come into the park, that music come into the park, and see what's going to happen. The new Splash Mountain. Let's go.
And again, another reason why Disney, with all of its IP across the board, whether it's its classic animations, its newer animations, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, the National Geographic, all of these things that they have to use at their disposal, and to see something like Princess and the Frog can be such a natural fit in that area of the Magic Kingdom already, I'm pumped. And again, there is a part of me in the traditionalist side when I see something like Splash Mountain or the old Space Mountain, or all of these things that I'm used to seeing in the parks. I like to see them there when I go back, but an overlay of something that's a bit more 2021, 2022 kind of like thing, that like I want to be accepting of these new ways that Disney wants to continue to entertain us. And so if they put a new overlay on an old favorite of mine with Splash Mountain and the ride and all the memories that I have there, bring it on.
Yeah. So I can't wait for this to open and see that. Then in Animal Kingdom, we've got a new baby rhino. I think this is the third in just a matter of months. But I mean, Animal Kingdom is not just a park. It's not just a zoo. It is a living and breathing thing, and glad to see a baby rhino be welcomed in over at Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom is really a hidden gem Uh, and I love spending time over in that park. So welcome, Baby Rhino.
I know this is so random and I don't have the information in front of me, but one of my favorite things when a new animal is announced like that, it's like they always pick the best names too. So I'm excited to see the pictures of the new baby rhino and then maybe see what they've named it as well. So that's, I know it's such a random side note thing, but I love when, whether it's the Atlanta Zoo or the or Animal Kingdom or where, San Diego Zoo, when they have a new baby entered in. That's one of my favorite things, is just to know what they've named it, because usually they've gone with such clever terms, or using history to name something. So anyway, random side note, but I can't wait to see what they've named the baby rhino.
Yeah. And then finally on our list, Indiana Jones has returned to Hollywood Studios. Minor updates, but it's still the stunt spectacular. I love Indiana Jones, the character, all the movies. I mean, I enjoyed the fourth one with Shia LaBeouf.
Crystal Skull.
Yeah, Crystal Skull. I still thought that one was pretty good. Not as good as the original trilogy, I don't think, but still, I enjoyed that indie story. So, glad to see that returning.
Me too. And I thought that would have been the last movie. For years, I heard that was the last one that Harrison Ford was going to do. But I think they're currently in production for another Indiana Jones now. So bring it on.
Well, I think it was, a lot of fans were not happy with that fourth movie, and so they got to end on a high note. So that makes me think there could be a chance for Turner and Hooch season 2. That the fans need to revolt. But those are our news wires. So it's time to get to plussing and this week's content creator spotlight. So there is a YouTube channel that I really love. It's called Provost Park Pass. This guy and his family, I believe they live near Disneyland, because it's mostly Disneyland stuff, but they come over to Disney World quite a bit too. He's got a lot of energy. With a name like Provost, he just kind of takes on that character. He's very academic, wears a shirt and tie, and shorts most of the time, which I love. But really explores different things at the Disney parks. So go check them out on YouTube, Provost Park Pass. They've got some great things, great content on YouTube. They've also got merch and Patreon pages where you can support them as well and get some exclusive content. So go check out Provost Park Pass. There's been a lot going on in November and December. Things don't slow down just because we have babies and then families get sick and then holidays. No, it all keeps going. And so we're here to just wrap it up.
Well, we're having fun anyway. I mean, there is so much going on with the holidays and everything. But again, like you're saying, the Disney news keeps on rolling. We want to keep talking about it. So we love it, and we'll keep doing it here.
Yeah. So be sure to check us out online at themouseandmen.com, where you can find our top 10 things for grown-ups to do at Walt Disney World. And there's a lot of things changing at the parks. I don't think a single thing on our list had to do with Disney Plus. There's a lot of stuff on Disney Plus. Go watch Hawkeye. Go watch Turner and Hooch. What else do you need to watch? Magic Maker. I mean, we've covered some of this in our what to watch over the holidays episodes. But kick back.
Yeah.
Relax, enjoy what's on Disney Plus, because there's tons there, and it just keeps growing every week.
Yeah. And a little bit of an interesting way that these are all the agreements are made, but with the Spider-Man No Way Home movie, extremely popular over these last couple of weeks. And so even though it's a Sony movie, it's still a Marvel movie. And so there are a lot of interesting things found in that movie that if you are a Marvel fan, you're going to want to pay attention to. So even if it's a Sony thing, go watch Marvel's Spider-Man No Way Home as well, because it just crossed the $1 billion mark, which is the first movie that has done that in the post-pandemic era. So like bravo Marvel and Spider-Man as well for hitting that mark too.
Yeah. I mean, who didn't pretend to be Spider-Man when they were kids?
I did. Yeah.
Just a reminder, you don't want to grow up too fast.
Yeah, whether you're playing Spider-Man or any of the other Marvel or Disney IPs out there, you gotta keep exploring.